Here to discuss is retired FBI supervisory special agent of the Joint Terrorism Task Force, retired SWAT team supervisor, and CEO of Jupin International, Jack Jupin. Jack, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, heading into another government shutdown over this shooting, I mean, do you think that's a smart strategy for Democrats to take on Capitol Hill?
No, I don't. Being a federal agent for 23 years, I sat through several government shutdowns, and it's basically a pain in the backside because at the end of the day, once they do bring you back, they give you all the refund, the back pay anyway. So you're going to get paid eventually. But unfortunately, a lot of us live paycheck to paycheck. And that makes it very difficult during these shutdowns, to go 2-4 weeks and miss 2 or 3 or 4 paychecks, God forbid. And it's a real struggle. I've been there before. My heart goes out to the government employees because I know they're trying to rein in ICE, and that's their logic on this one. But unfortunately, what you're going to do, you're going to hurt a lot of other federal government workers in a matter like this.
I believe Senator Chris Murphy has proposed defunding ICE altogether through the appropriations process. These were things that we heard back in 2020 during the Summer of Love when Kamala Harris was going to the border and saying that ICE needs to be defunded. How do we de-escalate this situation? We're hearing heated rhetoric coming from the left. ICE is the Gestapo. We're in a modern-day civil war. Those are comments from Governor Tim Walz. And then we're hearing from, Kristi Noem at DHS saying this is domestic terrorism. I don't know if this rises to the level of domestic terrorism either. But how do the two sides come together? Because Minneapolis right now, it really does feel like a tinderbox.
You're correct. It is a tinderbox, along with Chicago, California, New York City, several cities in California. There's a bunch of cities right now in peril. How do we come together? That's a real good question because both sides, this country is more polarized than I've ever seen it in my entire lifetime, to be quite honest. The Democrats are digging in, the Republicans are going to dig in. And it seems they're going to battle out. And if they think battling it out is shutting down the government, I can tell you that's the wrong answer because you're going to hurt a lot of people. And as one of the congressmen stated, that would be a monumental mistake, I think. And also, too, we saw how the defund the police thing worked out, right? And all we do is see crime go up in those particular cities. Listen, if you don't like the immigration laws, you're a congressman or a senator, change the law. All these individuals are doing out there is going and enforcing federal law. That's what I did for 23 years. That's what they're doing right now. That's what every other federal agent is doing. We're doing the laws that Congress and the Senate put on the books. So I find it very difficult to see them now, arguing that they're actually doing their job for what they put in place as representatives of our country. So it's kind of ironic how this is playing out.
Do Democrats have a point? We have seen a hiring spree coming out of DHS to ramp up the Border Patrol, to ramp up ICE agents, a lot of recruitment videos going out. We know that when Republicans passed the big, beautiful bill, a lot of money was dedicated to border security and interior efforts aimed at deportation. The president of the United States ran on that and largely won the election based on immigration. But do you think with an influx of new agents, they won't be properly trained and that could lead to more incidents like we saw yesterday?
I'm not concerned with that at all. That's a two-part answer, actually. What the federal government has done is they have gone after retired agents from multitude of agencies, and that includes the FBI, the DEA, the ATF, Secret Service, Border Patrol, people that have retired, in recent years, and they're bringing them back. So the people that are coming back, and I know some of them, are fully trained agents that have done this job for over 20 years, 25 years in some cases. So you're getting a lot of people that have already been trained, been there, done that, have the T-shirt, and have been through the academy and have a lot of street experience. And what they'll do is they'll weave in some of the new guys with those very experienced agents. They're not going to put 10 brand new agents out on the street by themselves. That doesn't happen. They're always going to kind of be mixed in with a much, senior group of agents to kind of guide them. But that being said, also too, they're being trained at the Federal Law Enforcement Academy, which gives outstanding training. They're going to be trained not only on, use of force, deadly force, but they're also going to be trained on the law and, the legalities of what they do and what their parameters are and what they do in their job. So I feel like that's not going to be the issue of, the people that they recruit, they're pretty intelligent people. I'm not too concerned about that at all. They'll learn their job. Like I said, they'll be mixed in with a lot of senior people. I think the numbers are quite staggering on how many former agents have gone back. Like I said, I know quite a few.
Well, that's also very encouraging to know that people that previously got out of the force want to get back in to serve their country. It's a very patriotic thing to do, and it's very encouraging to hear that happening. Jack Jupin, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.